You can find information about our school from Facebook, of course, Instagram, and our school official webpage. So we have 4 buildings. It means that we have 4 different departments and 4 different kind of specialities. And here are the first 3, like tourism, hospitality and catering, info technology and business, and construction. And the last is about handicraft and woodwork. And also the newest part, I guess, is about health and social services, because our society is also getting a bit old in Estonia. So, and I guess this is also the problem all around Europe right now. So we are taking part of different Erasmus Plus projects like we are doing right now, and also our school get awarded for our international work in 2016. And sometimes we are also happy that we can provide our community with different services, like catering, conference service. We are offering accommodation in the summertime on our school hostel, and a lot of different training courses. So thank you. Now you know a little more about our school, and I can continue with my presentation about sustainability. Before we started to collect the information about this project or for this presentation that I'm doing right now, so we just wanted to know what is the current situation in our school, so how much money the school is paying, then the school is paying the invoices of electricity, water, litter, how much we consume, and is there a possibility to reduce consuming. And so here are the numbers that we got with my students from our school accountant. Actually, we wanted to get these numbers from our school's chief financial officer, but he said that he's not keeping records about this, and in our opinion it was a bit odd. So he must know these things, I guess. So as I said before, we have different specialities. We are teaching different specialities, and that's why we have various kind of litter or waste also in our school building. And here is just a small list of things that we have, and I'm trying to explain you how we are using them. So because of woodwork speciality, we have also a lot of wood waste, and teachers are collecting after the lessons these little pieces of wood that are left out as a waste, and they are keeping these pieces of wood as a backup material, and also they are trying to use these pieces with furniture restoration students. And sometimes we are using this wood waste also for as a firewood for heating purposes, because in Estonia you probably might know that it is quite cold in wintertime. Yeah. So cardboard tubes, boxes, and plywood scrap. So our students are making out of them cat houses, climbing trees, and scraping trees for cats. Foam waste that is left out from upholstery classes. We are trying to use them for cleaning surfaces or as paint rolls, for example. Old bed linen from our school hostel we are also trying to use as cleaning cloth. Woolen fabric for polishing wax, for example. And if the cleaning cloths are very dirty eventually, because we have tried to use them repeatedly, finally, they end in dangerous rubbish bin. Car tires. So it's actually a bit funny story, because we don't have old car tires and we are not collecting them. But we have tried to figure out what people could do all around the world with old car tires. I guess it is also a big problem. And our solution or idea is that we could use them for making a piece of furniture. For example, ottomans that you can see also from the picture. Yeah, not armchairs, not sofas, but ottomans. Yeah. So sawdust. One lady from nearby horse stable is collecting sawdust from our school, and she's using this for making bedding for her animals in the stable. And our school is also a kind of enterprises recycling point. It means that enterprises or shops that are nearby are giving their goods like paints, wax, wallpaper, glue, tiles to the school for teaching purposes. Because they can't use or sell these items in their shops anymore because of the expiry date. But actually after expiry date, these things are still usable quite a long time. So the biggest container in our school is for construction waste. We don't have to sort out the waste in construction waste container. The company who is collecting it is doing it for us, and actually this is the most expensive service that we are buying. So, and another problem with this construction waste is that this container is outside of the construction building where we teach builders, and it is an open container. And the people who are living nearby our school is using the same container, but actually they are not allowed to do so. Yeah, this is the problem. And we added also 2 examples how we are teaching environmental topics during our classes. So, for example, in English classes with my first year students, every year we are doing a group work that is called Creating a Poster about Recycling Center. I'm giving to my students the containers that they must have in their recycling center, but they're also allowed to add their own containers as they wish. So, and they have to draw or glue the items into the containers. And then they are finished with their poster. They have to represent it to the others in front of the classroom as well. And after this, I'm usually asking them some additional questions about recycling. Another teacher in our school who is teaching art has made through the years the activity that is called garbage art. And I'm going to explain you what it is and how it goes. So our art teacher is collecting all kind of trash or waste, so like rolls of toilet paper, empty cans, milk or juice packages, or for example pencils that are already too short for drawing. And then she is giving these pencils to her students, and they have to make out some mandalas. They can make a picture of their mandala, and if they have more time, they can do some extra activities. So here are some pictures how they are sorting out these pencils that they would like to use for making their mandala and what kind of mandalas they have done. And actually it's a good activity because you can use the same items again and again and again with next year's students, because after doing it they are also going to demolish their work. Yeah. Okay, so Yeah. So and let's talk about plastic as well. So in our school hall we have coffee machine. There students and teachers are allowed to take a cup of coffee or water, for example. And next to the machine we have the sign that please use your own cup or a bottle. And if you don't have your own, you can buy one from our school as well with a school logo, and you can use it many times. Of course, we have separate bins in school halls for collecting plastic items. And our teachers in woodwork and construction house are using plastic packaging that they can get from our school canteen. And they are using them for mixing paints and wax, for example. So we are very lucky that our water is drinkable from the tap, and we are trying to keep it that way. So I think that from construction house I got the best practice for sustainability in this area from our because they have their 2 sedimentation basins. So teachers and students wash their tools under the tap, and dirty water stays in the so-called sink. And the water is going away from that sink very slowly. It means that all this constructional waste is going to stay in the sink, and after some time the teachers have to empty the sink from constructional waste. So the ways that help us to save water are named here. So we are very lucky that our taps and pipes are not dripping. So of course in toilets we are using a dual flush water saving system. And we have heard also that the dishwashers help to save the water. So we have many of them in our school canteens, of course, and in the classrooms where we are teaching chefs. And the last one that we got, or the newest, in our teachers' room. So actually it helps us 2 times. So it helps us to save water, the amount of water, and also it helps to kill all kinds of viruses, we hope so. So it was because of COVID. So actually we don't do much that is connected with energy. This is what we have: reminders, then leaving the room, turn off the light. The toilet lights are come on and out on their own. And in school hall we have so-called motion sensors, but unfortunately we have this kind of sensors in only our building. So here are the ways how school workers and teachers are supporting environmentally friendly life. For example, one colleague who is working in woodwork house were giving evening courses for our teachers, and she taught us how to make epoxy jewelry out of woodwork house waste. So we were using these wooden blocks that were left out from the lessons. We were using different chemicals, also sawdust. And I have with me also some examples of our work. So I can say that these jewelry, they are very popular right now in Estonia, and they are also very expensive. And it is good if you have a colleague who knows how to do it and can teach you how you can do them on your own if you like. So you can be environmentally friendly because you are using a lot of waste, and at the same time you are saving money as well. So here are these wooden boxes. They are made as gift boxes, and inside of these you can see we use this sawdust, and here are different items inside, like the earrings that I made, for example. So you can see here are used wood and also this epoxy, And I had at home some kind of lonely old pearls. So I used also these that I would have thrown away if I haven't had a chance to make something new out of them again. And you can touch them, you can look them. So this is my work, and I have here the work that is made by Stella, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And the last one, it isn't so easy to open it. Maybe you can help me. Made shopping bags out of them. So they are nice and they are good to use. And my personal hobby is to collect coffee grounds from school. So maybe you have heard that some plants like coffee grounds, and there are many reasons why. So first of all, if you put the coffee grounds into your flower beds, for example, you can use it as a cat repellent. Also, it keeps the snails away from your flower bed. You can use it as a fertilizer for rose flower beds, for example. And also, coffee grounds help you to keep your soil moist in a flower bed. So, and I'm not a very big fan of coffee, so I can't drink as much coffee at home on my own. And that's why it's easier to collect it from school. There the teachers are drinking a lot of coffee during the lessons or the breaks between the lessons. So our teachers are also taking part of community projects, and they are giving lessons. And one of the final projects was that our school students went to food bank. I don't know, do you have something similar in your country? Food bank is collecting food from the stores so that they are not wasted because of the expiry date that is coming again. And also they are using the food that is donated by the people. And some amount of the food is coming from the European Union as well. And then they need to sort out, put together the food packages for the people who are in need. And it isn't very easy to say, but in Estonia there are a lot of people who need extra food support. And 2 years ago, this food bank sent out 2.5 million kilograms of food. So ideas for the future. So in Estonia, if you go to a shop and you are going to buy a can of Coke, you have to pay for the drink and you have to pay also for the can itself, a small amount of money. And if you are taking your can back to the shop, usually next to the shop or in the shop, there is a buyback center that gives you the money back. And we have noticed that our students in school, they like to drink a lot of soft drinks like lemonades and so, and they are just throwing the bottles away. They are not collecting them to get the money back later. And it would be a good idea to have separate bins in the school hall to collect all these bottles, and then the school can give the bottles back to the buyback center and the school can get the money for it. And maybe later we can buy something nice for our students for that money. So also I guess it is possible to collect rainwater, to use it in our school toilets. I know that one school in Tallinn is already making it or doing it, but we are not doing it yet. And I also discussed it with my colleagues, and they said, yes, it would be possible to install some solar panels on the school roof. So maybe in the future we are doing it, but not right now. One IT teacher said that, oh, you have that kind of project. Maybe I can do with my students in programming lessons some kind of environmentally friendly applications. So if you tell me more about it, we can figure out something later. So, and what is the biggest problem? The biggest problem is that our school buildings are not our own. They are owned by the company that is called Riigi Kinnisvara Aktsiaselts. And if we want to make some kind of changes, we have to discuss it with them, and it takes time. And yeah, it's difficult, let's say so. And through the years, I have noticed that in our school developmental plan, we have like the big goal for every year. So let's say that last year our big goal was to deal with digital skills. Yeah, but I haven't noticed that we have had the big goal like something that would be connected with environment, for example. And I have a feeling that maybe in the beginning of next school year, I should go to the school council's meeting and say that we have that project, and to teach our students something about environment is very important right now. Maybe we should make the next year's goal something that is like connected with environment. And let's finish with something more fun. So like then our school was having its 10th birthday. Our headmaster was sharing us with these facts that with 10 years we had eaten like 94,910 eggs and used about 60 tons of milk. Thank you.